Hey guys, back with another video. This time it is a run. I'm just using abilities only. I'm using Brawler, a Dawnblade. Gonna run with top tree, solar grenades, the Sunbracers, and both the Might and the Mini for the speed boost. I have two solar grenade mods on. They don't really come into play because grenades are coming back so fast, and if you didn't see my first video earlier in the week, here it is again, but abilities only, and so much fun. This is the setup that I'm going to be doing all the Nightfalls in, is running Brawler. I did a Titan Sentinel the other night, lots of fun, ran Syntheseps, punched everything to death. So I'll do the walkthrough here. If you jump in this tree, that is stupid. You don't have to, but you just jump in this other tree and run to the tip of the branch. And if you jump up in the air, you can grenade over top of the pole versus having to throw it underneath the pole. You can do that. But anyways, I fell off the branch. So I come up here, and you're gonna see I go to melee this guy, and I don't get the Sunbracer buff because I didn't kill him. So what I have to do now is I have to run around proccing momentum to supercharge my melee. That's how you supercharge your melee, is you have to proc momentum. So you can just see once you get your melee procced with Sunbracers, it's just like crazy grenades. Like the grenades that I'm throwing, it's crazy. And I immediately go after those turrets, and I know you have to get those turrets because I've died a few times trying to go after the enemies, and the turrets just chew you up instantly. So that's how I take out the first turret, grenade it. I jump up, grab one of the Cabal guys, and then throw a grenade right across for the other turret right away, and then go after the big yellow bar. And then you have to kill certain enemies out front. Just usually they kind of hang around the steps. There's enemies that drop out of the plane with them, and I think a certain percentage of those guys got to go down. It's the exact enemies to kill. It's a little elusive to me. I'm not sure. Sometimes I'm like faster at it because obviously I've killed the right guys, and then other times I'm slower because I'm not killing the right guys. Not sure exactly what procs it, but especially the enemies around the steps are going to be for sure the ones that you want. Now this run through the Infinite Force is me just showcasing the grenades when I can. I'm hitting whatever I can with a melee. I don't have a melee, so I gotta run, but you'll see it just goes up really fast, and I'm just meleeing, and you get your grenades, boom, just let them go, don't hold on to them, have fun with it. That's what this is all about. I'm sure Bungie did this on purpose, you know, so that we all have fun and have it that epic game that Destiny 1 was, and it was epic. So kind of getting the same feeling back, maybe a little more, because I don't think we had this amount of grenades to spam in Destiny 1. You had a lot, you know, when they had their modifiers on, but this is any Nightfall, you get the mod Brawler with it, and then your Dawnblade with your Sunbracers, they're like this all the time. So I'd love to be known as the guy doing Nightfalls with Brawler, because it's too much fun to pass up. There's no guides, there's no how-to going through the Infinite Force, of course. It's definitely a little easier than trying to run past everything by grenading it. It's distracting to them, so you're not getting shot as much. Now this part, you see I'm at the end. Get the last melee that you can and start chucking grenades up by the door. It's not going to kill everything, but it's going to help. It might grab a few Scions or a few Cabal. Okay, so it got a couple Scions and few legionaries. So that's a good little tip. Now this part, just keep running around. I get a little aggressive up here just because I knew I was doing this video and didn't want to run around the bottom like I normally do. So it also showcases just how aggressive you can get with the Dawnblade with your Icarus dash and the grenades that you're spamming and momentum. You can survive a lot of damage. And I skipped this part. At the end of this video, I get a really super cool clutch at the boss on the 3rd phase. Best clutch I've ever done. Now if you get the Vex on this, there's a sniper, or sometimes there's a sniper standing on a block back there. I'll throw my one grenade that I have, I'll throw it at him just to cook him. Not that it's super dangerous jumping across, but those two Cabal on the left are definitely more dangerous. So I try and hug that tunnel's walls as I'm going in. They seem to shoot just as you're trying to get across that little gap and into the tunnel, the great big tunnel. That's where you'll get snapped with a Cabal headhunter. So I just kind of try and hug that wall as best I can. Does it make a difference? I don't know, but I've survived this a few times running it.
I can't tell these Cabal apart from the real thing.
What's the difference? Vex simulations can kill. These copies have the same goal as their counterparts. Find a future where the Legion wins the Red War.
Okay, so a little trick going through this one is grenade all the enemies like on the ground, but when it comes to the snipers, leave them up and melee them. So just by grenading those guys, I got my melee back. Now I got this first sniper right here, so I'm going to hit him and then I'm going to take care of these enemies right here. They actually blast me, like they almost blasted me into next week's strike, Nightfall. It was weird, but I got enough grenades on them, took them down, but I'm leaving that sniper up there. Now I'm just being a little elusive, just jumping around. Throw my one grenade, so that's one grenade. There's 2, 3, 4, 5. Like, that's pretty awesome. And now I have my melee back. Boom, hit him. Finish. Just trying to thin out the herd in the middle here. And then there's the sniper up on the top right up. I'm going to go melee him, and then I'm going to toss grenades on the other snipers, I believe. Sometimes I'll just grenade him, and then go over and melee that fella. They're so dangerous, so I just decided that I'm going to throw a grenade on him, take him out. Because since I am doing this video, I didn't want to like take the chance, because they're super deadly. So if you melee that last Scion there that's directly behind me that we just killed, then it's nice to, it's fun just to have 5 or 6 grenades right there, and then you'll have it back. Now I didn't have my melee there. It didn't matter. There's so many enemies down here that it didn't matter. See? Now I got it again. Just keep moving. Now you can tell I'm playing on PC. Now I tried just to damage him a little bit and then melee him, because I was going to drop, you know, a bunch of grenades right in the centerpiece, but I killed him. So I had to super him. I had nothing. I could have waited for the other ads to jump down, but it's so much of a risk, because there's just a lot of ads, a lot of gunfire, and I kind of shit the bed with my super here, but. And then I start shooting them by accident. Alright, so as I was saying, you can tell that I'm playing on PC, and you're really going to tell down here fighting the boss and all the enemies. See how fast I whip around? If you're really into Destiny 2, I highly recommend a PC. And I was console. and enjoyed Destiny 1. Played a little bit of Destiny 2 on console, but man, once you get a taste of PC, there's no way you can go back. It's so much better. And people say that, oh, PC is so much easier to play on. Yeah, it is. Absolutely. 100%. It's definitely easier. Just look how fast I can whip my mouse around. Like, just turn, whip right around, run the other way, keep momentum going. So it's 100% easier, for sure. Aiming is even easier, even though I'm not good at aiming. I've only played on keyboard and mouse now since December. It's now June, so half a year. I still get keyboard jitters and fumble up my keys and hit the wrong buttons, and I'm always changing my mouse setup too and buying new mouses with different button layouts and more buttons, and so I constantly always handicap myself for some reason, trying to change I'm trying to get a more optimal setup. So the secret to this room is being mobile. That's it. Just be mobile. I almost go down there from a Cabal Hand Hunter. He got me. So they're the ones that have to go out. They're the ones that gotta go first. They're so dangerous. And then the lasers, of course. See, my melee was charged. Just rained down more grenades. And I'm just hanging right out there in the middle. No problem. You have momentum procced. You're continuously moving. You can survive a lot. And yeah, you can go down pretty easy, but you also can survive quite a bit. Now I come into this part and I'm like, okay, where's the boss? He's normally up by the pole. So I'm just kind of waiting for him to drop down where this guy is. And he's not there. So I was like, okay, I'll throw a grenade at the sides of the pole, see if that'll flush him out. And no, I'm looking for him now. So I'm like, well, I guess he's not here. I don't know what's going on. I'll just keep going with it. So I just start killing all the ads, which I want the ads for my grenades to work the boss with. But there's no boss. But he does come. He comes here in another moment. Just kind of weird. There he is. He just kind of appears out of nowhere. But that's okay. It's all right. Everything's good. I'm just shy on edge right at the moment, but more come here soon. So I was like, oh, no love lost. So I'm just standing there. He's standing in the grenade, so I'm not moving. If he's not moving, just sitting there baking. Just like a 450 at 25 minutes in the oven. So I almost get it. So I do my Icarus dash. Lucky enough, I caught the edge. I jump over the laser, get the melee, and then start raining down more grenades. A lot of pressure from up front. So, as again, you can get away with a lot of damage. So I was just thinking, you know, I don't need to dip down on the other side. I'm just gonna jump in the air, keep moving. So there's a time. It's a little few minutes ahead where I have this awesome clutch. It was so good that I pulled it off. Oh, it's right here. So I can blow off the edge and I'm like, oh my god, it's over. And I'm like, I got a super. So I was able to kind of crawl back in, get back in the game, and at least get a few blades on him. But then I'm like, oh, there's a guy left. This is awesome. I got my melee. Boom. It's over. Just throwing down grenades where he's going.
Does anyone else feel like we've done this before?
Yeah, so that's it. Now I'm not saying that's easy. It isn't. That's really hard. But this is more for like guys that are, you know, hardcore solo guys. Just for a reference. I'm not telling you you need to do any of that, but that's just a reference point, and there's something better than heavyweight, and that's all. I'm just a reference. And I appreciate everyone watching. Thank you very much. And I'm going to keep coming up with stuff like this. All right. Good night.